Hey!
Hey there.
Yay! I got it working in less than 10 minutes. Go me!
Yeah, we're still small screen for some reason,
Ah,
but
it's okay. I tried doing some research today and I couldn't really find any information on how to get it split.
yeah, it's weird. Sometimes it just does it fine, and other times I get that baby box, and I don't know.
It's okay. I don't understand it either, but I feel like eventually we'll get it all sorted out.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna work on something kind of big today.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yes, it is
Yeah.
quite large.
Yeah. So I what I did earlier was I painted this canvas with a black acrylic, and then I took a whole bunch of alizarin crimson and just thinly spread it just on that rough acrylic, that just dry canvas, dry rubbing, and pretty much stain the canvas. And I'm gonna have fun. We're gonna do a sunset.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. So I got to figure out where I want my sunset, but I think I'm gonna go for kind of depth in the sky. And I have no idea. I just know I want a sunset. So we're just gonna fire in. So you know how yesterday I did the same thing,
Yep.
except for I used white only.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I'm going to use colors that help complement and blend each other. So I'll fire in red's already on the canvas, and so once I fire in with the yellow, I'm going to get oranges, and
Oh,
then
you'll
I'll slowly add
get
white.
those tones. Yeah.
So maybe the audience can see your little box there, but I was just curious if you wanted to explain what you were working on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm working on this piece here. I've been working on it for a few weeks here. This is actually the original reference photo here. And it was just a photo I had taken at an apple orchard with my husband here. So this piece has been quite the challenge. It's my very first time painting skin or any kind of flesh tones here. So it's completely done, the hand. I would really like to focus on the sleeve though and work on the knitted texture of the sleeve. So that's my goal with working on what I'm going to work on during this live. Yeah.
Right. Oh,
Yeah, this was an interesting piece. I found it really challenging the first couple of layers because I had put like a neutral skin color down and then I introduced a lot of the green tones and the red tones and kind of the bluey tones for the veins and the knuckles. And
hmm.
my husband was saying at the beginning, it almost looked like it was a dead hand because it didn't have a lot of the red fleshy tones. So that had come later on. I had done those layers towards the end. That was the final layers.
Gotcha. You've been working on this one for a little while, obviously.
Yeah, it's been quite the work in progress. And yeah, I'm just really hoping to get that sleeve done during this live. That would be fantastic.
Well, quit chatting with me and get to painting.
Right? All right.
So all I'm doing now is I'm kind of adding layers of yellow because it's really orange. I've got different details, but I'm just adding and scrubbing in some little brighter areas because I'll put some clouds in the sky. So I kind of want that background color, that depth. So you're going to hear a lot of scrubbing.
Ah, like ASMR. Love that.
But yeah, I was glad that we were able to go live again today.
Oh,
Yesterday was a hot mess, but we made it through it.
absolutely. You do what you have to do to make it through, right?
Yep, show must go on.
Exactly. I wonder if there's any other artists watching right now, if they're working on any of their pieces.
Well, Dave from Dave's Oil Painting, he just popped in the room and threw us a couple
Oh,
little tokens there.
nice.
I
Hello.
know he. Oh, he's sitting at work. Oh,
Aw, boo. Ah, you do what you gotta do,
so
right?
yeah, you got to quit work and become a starving artist.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Dave does
I,
some amazing work.
yeah,
Going back
I
by him.
found him on here a little while ago, and his work is impeccable. His portraits, oh my gosh, very admirable.
Yeah, if I had half the talent Dave had, I'd be dangerous.
Right?
Sure, I worked on like one eye for 2 weeks, and Dave he did like all these faces morphed and merged together, and everything looked great. He pumped that out pretty
Oh my
quickly.
gosh, for real, I feel that. I've been working on this hand for like months, and yeah, it's amazing to see his work. It's fantastic.
You're welcome, Dave. So now I'm putting more white on top. I'm just literally, I haven't really cleaned my brush much, but I want the middle to be brighter and
Ooh.
really make those oranges pop. So that's where the white comes in. I'm mainly using kind of transparent colors, and then the white brings out the colors underneath. So hopefully you guys can see the different colors that are showing up on my canvas here.
Oh, that's looking lovely so far. I love how the center's so bright, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea, again, what I'm really going to paint, but like we were speaking about yesterday, I've done so many landscapes and so many similar paintings that it just in a way it becomes like autopilot. I just paint.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That actually kind of reminds me of when I was younger. And I remember a family friend had showed me how to paint a beautiful landscape. And I had practiced that landscape for, oh my gosh, for what felt like honestly years. I did the same landscape, and it was so cool to go back and see all of the progress that I had made compared to doing it so many times.
Right. Yeah, that's where I've got a piece that I did on TikTok a year ago, and then I redid the same piece again. And I'm hoping next year to redo that piece again.
Oh, that's fantastic. Such a good idea just to see all of the progress that you've made.
Yeah. So I want my kind of corners darker. So I'm scrubbing in a little Prussian blue with some alizarin crimson mix. When I get into doing clouds, I kind of want this to be like one of those fall nights that a storm's about to come, but it just hasn't quite opened up yet.
Oh, look at that.
I don't know if you get those in Nebraska or in Canada, but yeah, we get them crisp, beautiful sunsets, and then the night just goes to hell.
Oh yeah, it's nice in the we get some nice sunsets in the summertime here. I find not so much in the wintertime, but I look forward to that in the spring. Man, I can't wait.
Yeah, summertime is kind of one of my favorite times of year in Nebraska. People complain about the heat, and I love the heat. I'm like, bring the heat.
Yeah, I get that. I just I'm tired of this in between stage right now in Canada where it's not frozen solid and it's not warm, so it's just this mushy consistency, and you can't do anything. You're just waiting for the ground to freeze up so that you can do like you can go snowshoeing or ice fishing or whatever activity it may be. But yeah, we're just in this in between mode of mushiness.
mushiness. That's funny. Yeah, right now we haven't got any snow or anything yet. It's just been cold. It's been cold.
Yeah, I get that. That's like us here. Back and forth cold. Can't choose between whether it's gonna freeze over or stay thawed. I'm just hoping it freezes over soon. There we go.
Good.
Trying to incorporate some more purples as the shadows here rather than using like a dark brown or something like that. I'm trying to incorporate different tones of color to use as shadows.
That's essentially kind of what I'm doing right now with the Prussian blue and a alizarin crimson mix. Is I'm creating shadows, and the idea of water. Maybe, I don't know. This may all end up getting covered up. I have no idea. I just thought I've done a similar painting, and I thought, well, let's try it again, in just a different way.
Nice. Practice makes progress.
That's right.
I'm gonna abandon the sleeve a little bit here for a minute, and I'm gonna go up to one of these apples that's in the background, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of the blue from the sky so that it kind of creates more of a distance and depth. And I'm thinking of maybe
Dave.
one more apple to kind of show that the branch is abundant with fruit.
Dave was saying it's -8 Fahrenheit, -22 Celsius. That's ridiculous.
Oh wow.
Dave, why you live there?
Where do you live, Dave?
I know he's Canadian, but I don't remember what part.
Oh, okay, nice.
He might be still around. Oh, Calgary is what he says.
Oh, nice.
So, I'm using a fan brush and some white and making some ideas of clouds.
Beauty.
Ideas. Scrub and color in.
I think for this little apple here, I'm going to go with more of a green shadow. Kind of like these two right here have a bit more of a green shadow rather than the blue. So I think I'll do that. There we go. Just trying to formulate some colors on my mess of a palette.
Calgary, boy. Cold up in Calgary. I would not want to be up there. Dave, you call me in the summer to come up to Canada, not the winter.
Yeah. Wait until the summer or the fall. That's prime time. Yeah. Bugs.
Taking just the corner of my 1-inch round brush and fluffing these clouds, kind of blending them in, getting that sky built.
And I'm just trying to nestle this apple into the background a little bit more by putting some darker greens around the edges like that. It kind of creates the illusion that the apple's in depth. There we go.
I will say sometimes depth is one of the hardest things to achieve. I always hate when I go too flat. Commercial break.
Yeah, right. It didn't have a commercial for the longest time. I had it playing before I went live with you here, and of course, as soon as we get situated, it's got to play a commercial. Love that.
So Dave was asking, is that a canvas or a wood panel?
Oh, mine here? This is
Yes.
canvas. Yeah.
Let me move myself up here, guys.
Yep, so it's a nice rounded canvas. It's my first time painting on a rounded canvas. I kind of love it. I feel like it would be nice for a portrait as well.
Yeah, I got so many of those round canvases. Like I had a buddy who was kind of helping me out. I'll purchase, these paintings and I'll send you this much in supplies. So he'd buy me all these bulk supplies and the round canvases, I have bulk of those. they, they always send the round canvases.
Oh, yes. That's like the monochrome ones you did on the round canvases. I love those ones that you've done. Oh my gosh, those are one of my favorites that you've done.
Well, thank you. Yeah, those two actually sold to a friend of mine. And
Oh,
he is going to kind of hang them. So one is above the other. So I look forward to seeing it hang on her wall.
oh, absolutely. Isn't that the best feeling? Like getting a picture of a product that the customer bought from you and seeing it hung up in their place. It's the best feeling, I
Oh,
swear.
yes. Okay.
There we go.
Thank
Just gonna add a little bit more
you.
red to the distant apple, but I'm trying super hard not to overblend the blue and the reds so that it becomes purple. I don't want that. And that's what's happening. So I'm gonna leave it now.
Yeah. It's always interesting when you're like, oh, I'm gonna try not to do this, and it's the first thing you do.
Right? You live and you learn. I feel like a lot of my process is
Yeah.
that, is living and learning and going over things and redoing them, but it's fun.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Well, I'm gonna start in here for these clouds a little bit more dark color, and then I'm gonna work on my sun.
Ooh, look at that. The clouds. Wow.
Yeah. Good old fan brush. Fan brush.
Oh, good old fan brush. Can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
I'm taking my red and adding a little bit of
I'm
yellow
gonna put
into it in an attempt to mute the color. That way it looks a little bit more in the distance. Okay, let's add one more apple here. Where do we want to add it?
that didn't work. I was trying to put a sun in and I destroyed the center.
Oh no!
It's okay.
It's okay. I believe you'll build it back up. It'll get
Yeah. Oh, I can recover. Yeah.
there.
Done.
All right. I'm deciding where I want to put this final red apple. I know I don't want to put it right here in the immediate branches, but maybe down here over to the side. Yeah, maybe right here where
Oh, that'd be good.
some distance foreground.
Over.
There we go.
Now you guys can kind of see. I think I'm centered now. All right.
Maybe one.
So, what shall I do now? Oh, I know what I'm going to do.
There we go.
Hey, Kira, how are you? Evening. Kira, I don't know if you can see in the little corner there, but Steph is joining myself, and we're just
Hello.
painting away on a couple projects. Not follow each other, but I highly recommend you do. I've
Oh,
been watching Kira's lives. She's been keeping me entertained while I've been on bed rest.
I love that. There we go.
So right now I'm mixing up some Prussian blue and alizarin crimson together because I'm going to kind of make a background back here. Way across the river bay kind of background. So, um, but why I like using those colors is because if you add yellow to them, you'll either get a kind of an offset green or you'll get an offset kind of an orange, which either way in this fall type painting, it's going to look really neat.
Ooh.
So
I
I'm
like how
over
your
here just,
horizon line upwards. There's a lot of water in it. I like it.
yeah. I shied away from doing dead center. I used to do dead center, and then I had actually a guy that was an art teacher at a college, and a friend of mine here. He's like, "Yo, don't make people look at your painting because if they're looking straight at the middle, then that's all they're going to look at. Like, you know, do up or down, do thirds. That's why I'm trying to portion third out."
Sure. That that's a
But
really smart idea, really, because then it makes the person look at your painting more in depth rather than just a quick glance.
right. So just like that, with this nice little 1 inch round brush, I'm just smashing in some trees and turning my brush and just making a going across the way there. It's sparkling in the sun.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna start adding some more highlights to my leaves here because I finished the shadows and now I just want to layer it so that the apples look like they're more submerged in the background.
Rule of three. That's right, Kara. Um, yeah, Kara, this is Stephanie's second live. She went live with me yesterday. We're trying to get a girl used to going live and talking. So that's why she is instructing her painting while I'm instructing mine. We're buddying up.
We're buddying up. Yes, you have definitely inspired me in so many ways, Mick. Especially with going live. I feel like you've definitely you've pushed me to do that because it's taken quite a long time for me to get to this point and even start going live. It's quite nerve wracking.
Yeah, I will say my first couple lives were I was a hot mess, but once you get used to just being a hot mess all the time, you're not worried about it.
Exactly. Bless this mess. No, I appreciate the encouragement and all of the mentoring that you've given me. I really, really appreciate it. Super, super helpful.
Yeah, Kara, she likes to hide behind the camera, but occasionally she'll pop in front. But yeah, uh,
I can relate to you, Kira. I can relate to you.
occasionally I pop in front as well. But yeah, as we were speaking about yesterday, at first I was like, I don't want to be on camera.
Get that.
I just want to show them my painting, and that's what they get to see.
Exactly. You're here to see the product.
But every once in a while I change that up, or chat with someone on face to face.
Oh yeah.
It's
Just pushing
become
yourself.
yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to drag down to make a little bit of a silhouette and a shadow. And then blend across real quick, and that will be my horizon line. I'm going to cut in some water lines here shortly, but I'm going to kind of make it in-depth,
I'm
kind of
still
a layered.
not having to be on camera helps. I feel that. How's your leg, Mick? Kira's asking.
Oh, how's the leg? It's doing well. I'm actually returning to work tomorrow, limited duty, obviously. But you know, once they took the staples out, and I just, I don't know, I felt so much better and could move around without pain. And I'm doing better. So we'll see. You know, tomorrow will be the first day back at the job. I'm hoping to sit most of the day. So,
Woo!
but I'm off pain meds and doing well. So cannot complain. Thank you for the shares, by the way, and the likes. I really appreciate it, guys.
Oh, that's fantastic. Every little bit helps, guys. Thank you for your support. I think I'm going to add a few little leaves in front of these apples here, just to kind of give it more of an illusion of being in the background rather than sticking out right in the front. There we go.
So what I'm doing too is actually I'm highlighting because I'm kind of trying to make it look layered. And if I don't highlight one of these ridges, you'll just assume that it's all one piece. So I'm coming in with a little, I haven't even washed my brush. I just went into the yellow and over here into the white, and we're just making a highlight color. And I'm just kind of popping in character as well.
Beauty.
Hey, Colors and Clay Work is here. Hey. Boy, all my favorites are just hopping in. I appreciate it.
Oh, I love that. It's so great meeting new people. I love that.
Well, I will say in this room, there's a lot of talented folk. And I seem to keep bumping this camera, getting upset. Cursed left-handedness.
I feel you on that. Oh, smudging everything always. Is there any other left-handed people out there watching this right now? If so, we feel your pain.
Yeah. Well, comment away so you can join the club of the clumsy left-handed people.
Yes! There we go.
And there. Now I'm getting what I want. I was a little too dark there for a second. That's okay. We can layer.
Oh, yeah. There we go. I'm happy with the leaves in front of that apple there. Makes it look more authentic.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the comment.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah, everything's kind of coming along here. Just popping some highlight colors on one side of the tree. Almost looks like frost tipping.
Water.
All right, Dave. Thanks for coming, buddy. Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Dave. I'm going to add a little bit more detail to this immediate leaf, considering it's so close to the apple that's got a lot of detail. There we go. Okay.
So what I think I'm going to do is mix up a little more Prussian blue and alizarin crimson, and we're going to get a little closer with some trees. So I'll be whipping out the fan brush here in a second after I mix up these colors. Let's have a feeling this painting is going to use a lot of paint.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
I think I'm going to get a little bit brave here, Mick. I think I'm going to add some more knuckle hair on the other side of this wrist.
Get brave.
Right? Oh, goodness. So nervous. Ah!
Imagine, already been brave hopping online, and now you really want to push yourself, don't you?
Exactly, exactly. I've been avoiding putting the knuckle hair or the hair on the wrist on the other side for a while now, but you know what? What better place to do it than live, so everybody can watch me either mess up or be successful with it. Okay,
So,
deep breaths.
okay.
No, that's not the color I want.
So, Kira, she's been on this series, for better words, of doing haunted, I believe, like mental institutions of
Oh,
years old. And she kind of does a similar wet on wet for her backgrounds. And then she does some amazing detailed work.
oh
Quite
my
crazy
gosh, how
what she's
unique. I
capable of.
love that concept. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's very ghostly and like, different I don't know how to explain it. It's like, you ever seen in a movie where they like separate? It's hard to explain. But just check out her art, and then once I said like she separates everything, you'll get it better. And if
Yeah,
she's in the room, she could probably explain it far better than I.
I can't wait to check it out. After this live here, I'm definitely going to pop on her profile and give her a follow and check out her work. It sounds amazing from what you're saying.
Yeah, she also does like birds and ravens and animals and
Ooh,
foxes, I believe. Yeah, she's quite the talented individual.
that sounds amazing. I can't wait to see her work.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the color I wanted. Now, similar to yesterday, instead of blades of grass, it's follicles of hair.
Every little hair you're putting in there. I know
Yeah,
it. The
absolutely.
hair.
I don't know why I enjoy doing it, but I don't know, it's therapeutic to me.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now I'm not putting every little branch on, just cheating.
Yes, I love how you call it cheating. I love that.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
inlet
amazing
there.
the eye can make up in detail though, right?
Yeah. Okay. Let's some grass here.
There we go. I'm happy with those hairs. One thing I do want to fix on this painting though is the the little bone structure on the side right here. I want to create that.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll go in with a bit of a more red tone here, maybe mixed with a little bit of brown. And I'll go in and create that.
Okay. So I got two trees right in here with a little bit of land. Um, yeah, I'm gonna highlight those. It's a little paint thinner and some yellow and some of that original base color.
Oh, look
So
at that. Love the trees, how they're like above all of the other ones that you have in the distance. That's nice.
yeah, that adds quite a bit of depth,
Heck
trickery.
yeah. You're cheating. I love it.
Yeah. I don't want to. I need to test my color here. Oh no, that's just about perfect. Oh yes, there we go. So these guys are up above, sucking up that sunlight.
I feel like that's a little bit dark, but what I'll do is I'll take a plain brush and just kind of blend everything in with the other wet colors on the canvas, and I feel like that will kind of neutralize everything. There we go.
That's what I'm trying to do is go lighter with my highlights as I work my way down the tree, tapping softer and pulling up some of that base color to darken it.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I told myself I'm finished and I'm done with it. Just leave it. Just leave it. What do? I go back to it.
Yeah, I know. So Bill Alexander loved to use the word fiddling. He'd say
Oh,
when he was doing portraits in the war, he would just fiddle and fiddle and fiddle with painting, and he realized that fiddling was his worst enemy.
yeah.
So he learned not to fiddle.
Relate to that. Yeah, 100%. I am so bad with that. Like I can't stop fiddling with it. Even my finished pieces that I have just laying around here, it's just like, oh my goodness, just leave it, Steph. It's fine. It's perfect the way it is.
Yeah, I've got to tell myself sometimes, quit fiddling. Like, I'll do a painting on live and then I'll sit back after live and be like, oh, I touch up this and I touch up this and I want to do that and I want to do this. Ends up being a whole different painting by the time I'm done because I fiddled
Right?
so much.
Oh my gosh, yes, I feel that so much.
Okay.
Okay, a little bit more of a knuckle here. I don't want to go too dark in color. But I'm wondering if I should add maybe just another layer of like almost like skin, like another layer of like a white cream color on top of the entirety of the knuckles. Hmm.
Ooh, I don't know, girl.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm not gonna fiddle with it. Like you just said, I should just leave it. It's great the way it is, and I just don't want to do anything that I can't fix. There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna
Right
try
now, I feel like I'm fiddling with the grass. What's that?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that I'm gonna transition back to the happy little apples here.
Yeah, there you go. All right. I think we're good here. I'm going to take my palette knife in and cut in a bit of a shoreline right here with water. Anchor that shoreline.
There we go. I'm
Little
just
movement lines.
readjust here. There we go. I'm just gonna move my camera around a sec. I just wanted to share the link.
Oh yeah. Feel free. Share it. I think I tried to share to quite a few people before I popped on, but
Nice. Yeah, I wanted to share it to my mom here real quick. She wanted to see us. She mentioned that the other day, but then I forgot to share it yesterday because of all the technical difficulties I went through.
yeah, we were having fun yesterday, I tell you.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, there we go. Get you back on the stand here. There we go.
So I think I'm going to scratch in a little bit of water line movements and get happy with those, and then figure out what I'm doing with the rest of this painting.
There we go. I'm going to actually bring the camera a little bit closer so you can see the micro details that I'm adding in here.
There you go. Good idea.
There we go. Yeah, actually, that probably is a good idea. Considering, like yesterday, every blade of grass every day is today, is every knuckle of hair. And I think I'm gonna create a little bit more shadows in the depth of the trees here, of the branches. There we go.
I think I need another big old tree. Hey, yep. I think we'll just do one. He's over here by himself. We'll make you really look up into the sky for him.
There we go.
Stay about there. Yeah.
Okay.
So interesting little Bob Ross news. He finally just now, posthumous, or however you say it, got inducted to Florida Artist Hall of Fame.
Oh.
And he'd been doing it out of Florida and Indiana because he was originally from Florida.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, his son actually accepted the award, Steve
Oh.
Ross.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. What a legend.
Yeah. What you see is what you got with that guy.
Absolutely. I loved his little pet squirrels, if I don't recall properly. Yeah.
Peapod is one of them.
Oh, that's amazing. Just Bob Ross, he just reminds me of the times when me and my younger sibling would just sit there and watch him in just awe and try and recreate his work. It reminds me a lot of the good times of my childhood. Yeah.
That's awesome.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the shadows that I've gotten here a little bit more, because we can see that this corner here is more impressionist style painting where I'm just doing swipes of color and your eyes kind of make up the details. But then the stuff in the middle here, the focal point is more, I guess you could say like surrealism or hyperrealism, or an attempt of hyperrealism. There we go.
Well, hey, thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the likes and the comments and those who have taken the time to pop in with Steph and I.
Love that, guys. Thank you for all of the support. Let's take a look here. Oh, thank you for sharing. Love that. Oh, that's great.
Trying to look over every once in a while, but my TV buffering.
Oh, I see. Yep, I've got the laptop open here so I can see the comments a little more clearly, and I've got my glasses on so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go.
Yeah, if I didn't have my glasses on, boy, we'd be in a world of hurt.
Oh, yes. Yes, they're super, super helpful. There we go.
Indeed.
All right. Well, I feel like the apple
Yeah.
distance here are nice and snugged back, and they're not popping out too much. That's kind of the idea. And these.
There. Just getting that out. Thin this out.
I think.
Oh, I think I'm gonna get crazy. Yeah, I'm
Ooh,
gonna get
yeah.
crazy because I didn't like something. So if I don't like it, I just cover it up. It's pretty easy.
Oh, yes, I do a lot of that with pretty much every single painting that I do.
Hey, Steve, thank you for the live. And welcome, everybody.
Oh,
And
yes. Thank you for sharing.
we are just painting away and having a good old time.
There we go. If you guys have any questions, be happy to answer any of them.
Oh, yes, please, by all means, ask away.
Okay, I think I'm going to take this sky color and kind of create more gaps in between the branches so it looks a little bit more organic. There we go.
So one thing I'm doing is I'm taking the side of my 1-inch brush and loading that with color, just the side, and kind of coming and touching the canvas, and it kind of gives that impression of weeds and reeds and whatever crazy little things grow right by a lake. Like, too, I can every once in a while scrape in a stick.
There we go. I'm pretty much just taking the sky color and going over these branches and just kind of deleting these branches in some way so that I can make it look a little bit more organic rather than so full. Little gaps of light. There we go.
Tell you what, I think.
Happy little gaps.
Right? Trying to kind of decide what I want to do with my painting here, but also seeing some things I need to dull out just slightly. There we go. And I'll still come back and make a focal point of the sun, but I think if I get everything blocked, I will know more what I want to do.
Ah. Thank you, Bill D928 for the likes. Welcome, Tom.
Hope everybody's having a wonderful day.
Absolutely. Maybe you could comment what time it is in your area there.
Oh yeah, that would be great. I know what time zones
Or if
we're
you guys
dealing with.
are on whips, yeah. There we go.
So, let's see. Again, mix up alizarin crimson and Prussian blue. Some of my favorite colors to work with.
Oh, I love how you have the reflection, those little highlights. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Yeah. And in a little bit, I'll come in with my knife sideways and put in more little sparklers, kind of gleam it just a little bit more.
Ooh.
but that's the fussy work, and I'm not going to do the fussy work right now. Let's see. I do want to inlet right here before we go too crazy. So I'll
Yes,
tell
I
you
think
what.
the next time we go live here, what I'll do is I'm going to start a brand new painting so that we can see a little bit more results rather than me doing like the micro details and stuff like that. You can't, it's hard to see a big change.
Ah, right, right. But the trained eye and of our TikTok audience, I think they will see when you change some color up and add some hairs.
This is so true. And anybody that's following my page, you guys know me. I tend to post a lot of replica, like a lot of videos that have the same painting over and over in progress, and that is what I do. It is a process. It is a journey. Each one of these.
And Kathy, I'm not sure who your comment is orientated for, but I'm sure we both thank you. Her painting is quite amazing as well.
Wonderful. That's nice, Kathy. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it here.
Yeah. So let's see. Fill in this little, adding a little more cad yellow to my palette.
Now I'm just going to use my fingers to doll up a little bit. There we go.
The old fan brush. We're going to highlight some of this grass here. We'll leave, the important thing about this process is also leaving some of that dark, because it tricks your eyes.
Ah.
You're thinking there's a bright side and a shadow side.
Love that. I'm just going to go in with the sky color and kind of cut along the edge of the hand here just to get rid of any little pieces that are sticking out. There we go. Beautiful.
And you want to kind of go, when you're getting away from the light, less touches, less taps, more shadow. Sometimes, if you can see, I'm just barely, with the fan brush, just hitting a couple of pieces. Whereas these ones are more well-defined. These ones are just, the sun is just catching a little bit of that reed.
There we go. I'm going to add a little bit more highlights to my clouds here so that they're a little bit more defined. There we go. I'm just going to do the same thing as I did on the other side of the wrist. I'm just going to cut with my background color here. There we go. So satisfying.
Got some green where I didn't want some green.
Lots of room for improvisation. There we go.
Right. Oh, Kathy, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comment. Just a little green here in the water. When it's blend out, it's going to reflect as well, but just a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Yes, she's right though. The colors are just absolutely stunning in this, Mick. The orange compared to the base color that you painted the canvas in. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Luke Crimson was the Crimson. Right up here in the top, I started with yellow and just blended everything out. There we go.
Stunning.
Oh, I think I'm overworking the details, but we'll move on. I got to cut in the shoreline, I guess, before I get reflections anyway. So how about we do that?
All right. I think I'm going to go back to this sweater now, as I've been avoiding it. Okay, I think I'm going to try and incorporate some tones of green for mid-tones here, rather than like a beige. There we go.
Okay. So, again.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get a little nuts.
I think we'll add a little bit more yellow and white to that. So I feel like this one streak of the sweater is just too bright. So we're going to dull that down a little bit. There we go. That's better. I feel like
Similar to what I did yesterday.
there we go.
So, in order to do that, I need a lot of paint.
There we go. I feel like one of the hardest parts of this painting is doing this sleeve. My goodness.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine trying to do the hands, let alone the sleeve, girl. You got me
Right.
there.
Oh, I feel like the hand, it was a challenge at the beginning, but now with this sleeve, I want to create that knitted type texture, right?
Mm.
So I think
Yeah,
the
linens and fabrics can be difficult.
yeah, right. So I think the best thing that I can do is just not overwork it. So I'm just gonna kind of stipple in the highlights here against the more neutral tones in the shadows, and then I'm just gonna leave it.
There you go. What I am about done with is I'm mixing up alizarin crimson, Prussian blue, some Pans gray. And I think I added a other blue. I think a phthalo. Yeah. So
There we go.
one thing I'm well known for is the three rock waterfall, where I have a rock in the middle and I have two off to the side. And I'm gonna attempt to do that again.
Nice, nice. Is that something that you incorporate into your paintings almost every time?
Um, Not every time. When I do waterfalls, sometimes I do just the two rocks. Sometimes I've done more. In fact, I may even do a few more with this one. Who knows? But yeah, three rocks is my buddy who watches me paint a lot. He always says, "You're the only one that I know that does three rocks in a waterfall." So
Ah,
that's what I'm known for.
nice.
So I'm kind of using the knife and scraping in, just like I would do a mountain, essentially.
There we go. I'm gonna add a little bit more shadows. I'm just trying to do every individual, I guess you could say, crimp in the fabric. There we go.
Um, oh, thank you. Hey, Alexandra, how are you doing, girl? Thank you for popping in.
Hey.
Working on a little waterfall. Yeah, we'll go right here. This one. Scraping in rock ledge.
There we go. Adding lighter tones of green here to create some mid-tones. So the shadows are more purpley and the mid-tones are more green.
Thank you for the tip, by the way. I really appreciate that, girl. So nice of you. How's your
Nice.
day go, by the way? Get a little audience participation.
Love that.
Okay, scraping a boulder. And over this side, we're going to scrape a big old boulder because I think I might make some moss stuff here. No, this guy's higher. This guy's higher.
I think what I'm going to do here with mine is I'm going to kind of dull the highlights in the sweater here that are off to the edge a little bit more, just so that I can create the illusion of the sweater being rounded to the arm. There we go. Yeah, that's looking better.
Well, I think I got my rocks in where I want them. Now, take a brush and just kind of take the excess paint off. So I'm just pulling down. I won't get this into the waterfall. This one.
I'm going to add a little bit
When
more.
you're doing like the wet on wet style of mountains, you put a layer paint on paint, so you won't take as much as deep.
Oh, roses from Alexandra. That's nice.
Yeah, nice to do that.
There we go.
Okay, now we're gonna have some fun. I need light.
There we go. I'm going to add some more texture just by stippling in the fabrics on the sleeve. And I'm trying so hard not to overwork it. Just trying to leave it so that you can see that texture. There we go. That's better. Ah, there it
One
is.
thing I'm doing here is up some white with some light color, but I'm hinting it with a little bit of orange. That orange is going to kind of give that warm feel of the sun, kind of raw. Got a blue in there, mixing it up. Just cut a ribbon of paint and sun sources here. So.
All right, I think I'm going to go back to the hand.
Pull down.
As I said, I was finished previously. Not so much. And then I think I'm going to add just a few more follicles to the individual knuckles here.
There you go.
There we go. Just mixing my colors.
Well, thank you, Kathy.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Okay, let's add those individual follicles. Merp, merp, merp.
There we go. There, I wanted a wavy kind of rock there.
There we go.
Now I got to come over here. Do this guy. But
I think what I'll do here.
This guy is only going to. Oh, go ahead. I was just saying, my guy over here is just going to get some sun on the top. He's not going to get too much more sun.
Look at that.
Just out of that.
And I think what I'll do here as well is I'll take more of a red tone towards the knuckles, and I'll add a couple more lines to create the end.
Okay.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Now, since this rock's in the middle, these highlights are just going to be kind of on the top. So I'm going to use my knife real careful, kind of around the edges and sides.
Ooh.
Get a little delicate touch and try to form this rock a little bit. So I kind of want them to stick out of the waterfall too. You guys will see that here shortly once I get my water in. Doesn't look like much of a waterfall. It looks like a rock fall right now, but we'll get there.
Oh, yes. There we go. Like more on the knuckles here.
Sharpen this edge here.
There we go. I'm happy with that.
Okay.
And I'll do the palm of the hand a little bit more. Add some more pink to that. Because that generally gets more blood flow anyway.
Kathy, fortunately, I don't teach classes at a full-time job. But what I try to do is, one, I have a YouTube, and I post occasionally some of my longer videos so that you can watch and pause. So I do that. I used to teach class. That was back in 2020. Life's been a little busier since then. So all I'm doing right now is popping a little moss on this rock. A little lay of land. Oh, a couple of growy things.
There we go. Yeah, you are an absolutely excellent teacher, Mick. Love seeing your videos on here. I admire that about you, how you formulate yourself. It's absolutely amazing.
Girl, you always like to make me blush. I know you guys can't see it, thank God. I'm gonna make sure my face ain't in the camera, but I appreciate the compliment.
Absolutely.
I just kind of want to highlight a little bit, like some things are growing off there. That's not going to be our focal point. So, all right, now let's see. Ooh, I've got this left over. I know what I'm going to do. Let me get busy making a waterfall. Then, once I have my waterfall, we're probably going to add maybe a rock up close up front. Yeah.
Ooh. I'm going to add some more creases in the palm of the hand here. Give it a little bit more of a sense of actual blood in the hand rather than being super pale.
Yeah. Wiped off my palette.
Oh, that's better.
I need a whole bunch of space for white, so I had to clear some room. I got a clean fan brush, and I am just going to load it full of paint. Back and forth. And then right here is where I want my water to fall, so I just pull down. Okay.
I think I'm going to go back to the sweater here and add some more texture. There we go.
There we go. Wherever I want to add a little more white, I just pop it right in and pull down. Instantly, we've got some water falling. Come over here, do the same thing, draw a straight line, and then pull down. Now, because I have that base of the alizarin crimson, my water does look a little red right now, but that's okay. One, we'll fix some of that shortly. But two, it's reflecting some of the colors of the sun. That's what it's doing. That's my story, and we're sticking to it.
I believe.
It's always important to make sure your waterfall is straight across. So
think I'm going to add in one more apple here in the distance, just underneath the other one.
What canvas brand do I recommend? Oh, girl. Oh, sorry, Kathy Bear. I don't know. I've done amazing paintings in some of the cheapest canvases. I've also had some of the worst experiences with some of the biggest canvases or more expensive canvases. So I would just say try and see what works for you. I did a tutorial or kind of video. You'll have to look quite a ways back about if you get kind of those buy in bulk canvases and you want to tighten them up and prep them and make them work for you better. I did a video there, so maybe give it a chance. You can check it out. Right here, I think where the water is going to splash. So blending across real quick.
Yeah.
I did have a dirty old brush here. But Steph, what do you think about what's your kind? Do you have one that works for you?
Like a specific canvas brand?
Yeah.
I personally let me. What's the name of it? Hold on one sec. I'll be back in just a sec. I'll get the name of that.
Sure. And what I've done is I've taken some of this alizarin crimson and Prussian blue that I mixed with some white, and I'm putting it in the waterfall to give it that blue feel. We have some of that orange and red, but I need blue kind of to wrap the bottom and the middle together. So I'm just putting some touch-ups in,
There we go. Perfect.
darkening some areas.
Yep, and I looked at that brand. The brand I use of canvas is the Artist Loft that you get from Michaels. I like the level 3, the heavy duty ones. Those canvases are quite nice. You can tell the frame is nice and sturdy, and it can take a lot of impact from the brush in the painting. So, yeah, that's the
Yeah, and Artist Loft, I know I've used those before. I've used, oh gosh, just so I've spent stupid amount of money on things, but yeah. But again, I don't know. I've had people say like, "Oh, I bought this high grade one and I busted right through the canvas."
Ah,
I've never broke through a canvas. I've never cut through a canvas, so I don't know if it was them or the canvas.
true.
You
Yeah,
know?
I can relate to you in that. I have never busted through a canvas before, but I have wanted to when I get frustrated with my pieces.
Right. So what I'm doing here is just straightening out a little bit. I need to make sure that my waterfall is right across. I'll come in and touch it up a little bit, but also just scraping in some movement lines and whatnot. It's a little crazy there, but that's okay. Just
Beauty.
so
What
coming
size
along pretty good.
start out with first, Kathy?
Ooh.
Okay. Do you have
I
a?
highly recommend. Oh, go ahead, Steph.
No. It's okay. I was just gonna ask you, Mick, if you have a recommendation for size.
11 by 14 is always a good start for people. Um, it depends on what you're doing, obviously, but you know, an 11 by 14 is yay big. And horizon, or if you do landscape style or vertical or whatever, it's still a good size canvas just to practice and start on. And then 16 by 20 is another great size.
That's the size that I usually stick to, actually, 16 by 20.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm usually somewhere between 16 by 20, 18 by 24. You know, it's whatever's on sale.
Feel that?
So, I came in with a little paint thinner and some white, and I'm just giving a little more life to this waterfall. And then I'm going to come in and make some foam and some splashes, and we're just going to have fun. In fact, I'm kind of put a little stuff in with my fan brush right now. Boop, 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 just like that. No cares, no worries.
There we go. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to transition into the field here. And I'm going to add a little bit more highlights to create more of that grassy plain texture.
Gotcha.
I'm going to try and keep it nice and smooth, though.
I've got I don't know what they call this brush. Essentially, it's a round brush. It's kind of round. It's a little flat, roundish flat brush. But I'm using that just to kind of pop in my foam. Yeah, right. The roundish. I love all the technical art terms I'm using right now.
Yes. I love how you can like name off your colors though, eh, Mick? It's just, you've memorized them pretty well, yeah?
Yes. I tend to keep to the same palette, so it makes it easy for memory sakes.
True.
Some of the names, like I was trying to say that what dioxidon something purple or whatever, it's purple. It's violet. It's whatever. But some of my root, colors I definitely have memorized, because when I go out to the art store and support my local one, I always go in and in my head I rattle off. Okay, do you have enough alizarin crimson? Do you have enough Prussian blue? Do you have enough? I just kind of rattle my palette off in my head. So now what I'm doing is taking that brush and going straight across just to make some water here. We'll come back and touch up some more foam, but I decided I wanted a rock or two in the front too. So because I got a lot of that color.
Finish the highlights here in the background. I think what I'll do now is I'll add a little bit more shadow as well.
See, this is like about you kind of practicing and learning is you're learning to narrate as well.
Oh, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really, really admire about you, Mick, is you're very well at articulating yourself and explaining to the audience how your process works. I aspire to be more like that, absolutely.
Yeah. So what I did was with a palette knife is I scraped in all that leftover dark color that I made the original waterfall out, and I'm putting kind of a rock ledge up front here. So we have depth. So I'll have a foreground, you'll have this middle area, then you'll have your waterfall, then you'll have all these plains all the way back to the sky. So let's come up here. It's gonna crash. I got all this paint I wanna.
All right, I got the color that I want. I'm just gonna dab my brush on my apron. Classic. There we go.
I so far have not wiped my knife on my side yet, so we're doing good.
Oh, go you! I love that.
My hands are dirty as heck, but the rest of me's clean. Hey, Joshua, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for the tips there, buddy. Good to see you, Joshua. Joshua is also another wet on wet painter. Doesn't paint as much as I'd like him to, because he's getting it down. But I understand life and everything. But it's good to see you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Joshua. I'll definitely check out your profile here after the live and give you some love.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but in the corner is Stephanie, and she is working on a piece of hers and getting accustomed to going live. So she decided that I would be a great teacher to show her how to go live and get her comfortable with it. But, I think she's going to be mistaken later. But no, I'm
Oh, you're
kidding.
great, Mick. You are a great mentor. I love it. And I look forward to doing more lives with you in the future, honestly. I'm having a great time with you.
Yeah. Yeah, especially once we get the split screen thing figured out. That would be
Oh my gosh, right? I tried looking up YouTube videos. I couldn't find anything today.
right. All right. I'm going to take leftover with some white and just use my knife and marble it up. And we're just going to add shadow colors to kind of the front tippy tops of these rocks here. We don't want to overdo it. It doesn't need to be the center of attention, but we just need enough highlight that we know it's there.
Oh, look at that.
Just come in and cut right into the water right there.
He is
There we
great.
go.
He is great, Josh. You are absolutely spot on with that.
This guy, I'll just curve down a little bit, keep some of the highlight on the top, but then mainly focus on the front, and we'll leave the rest to the shadows. That's where all the crazy, creepy things go on, is in the shadows. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Are you still there, Steph? I think we might have lost Steph. Row Reggie?
There we go. Sorry, my
Oh,
battery was getting low here.
gotcha.
Actually, I do have a question for you. How do you feel about painting the edges of your canvas, like the sides?
Hmm. I always love this question because I had several conversations over the years about this. And one, I had an art teacher tell me, if you're doing that, you're painting a box. Usually people frame a canvas, no one cares about the sides.
Right.
Um, I've had galleries say, I need you to trim and either paint your sides or trim them white or black because no
Really?
one will buy it like that. Yep. No one will buy it where it has like the loose goops of paint on the side, and I completely disagree with that because I've sold so many of them like that.
Yeah.
So me, I just go, I just do my own. You know what I mean? I some I'll clean up if it's not that bad. Other ones I'm like, nope, it is how it is. That's it.
I feel like it adds more authenticity if you have like the little gloops on the side. It doesn't look so much like a canvas print or something that's not a painting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gives that worked in feel.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's something I've been debating on doing with my paintings here, but I've just left them blank the way they are, and they do, like you said, they've got gloops on the side and stuff, but I don't know, it feels more authentic that way.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna come in and toss in some water lines real quick on one of these rocks.
There we go.
So,
Happy with the shadows there. Okay.
so Miss Steph, you,
Yes.
you know how you said that you didn't believe I did a 2 foot by 4 foot so fast?
Yeah.
So this is 2 foot by 4 foot, and we've been painting almost exactly an hour, and I'm
That's,
almost finished.
oh my gosh. I'm just going to take a sec just to observe yours. Wow. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that waterfall. You know what? That actually makes so much sense with the horizon line, why it's so high up too, to make room for that waterfall. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Right. Yeah. If I would have put it here, my waterfall would have been down here. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I'm just gonna scrape in a few water lines down here. We need some movement. But for the most part, I'm done. I'm gonna do some touch-ups, obviously, on some rocks, and I'm gonna put my sun in. But this is, yeah, pretty much done.
Wow, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous, Mick. Oh my gosh, I love the burnt orange colors that you have in there. It's wow. It's a mood.
It is a mood. Yeah. And I kind of put some character on one of these rocks and the other one as well. Like to break up and have some shadows. And there's too much of one color. I my eye goes crazy. I like to chop it
Okay.
up a little bit.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you,
Besides
Joshua.
sweater, I feel I'm pretty happy with this piece. Just that sweater. I don't know if I'll ever feel like it's fully done, but
Right. So
there we go.
I'm going to just do a few more touch-ups. And like I said, I'll get to the sunset part. Get to the sun. I just don't like my rock. It's a little goofy, and I want to make him how I want him.
Actually, I think what I'll do here is I'll take a clean brush and I'll create a couple more gaps of light between the branches. That way it doesn't just look like solid, thick bush.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Now, I gotta find. We're gonna brighten up the background just a little bit.
Feels like you could just live there. That's a nice comment, Josh. I would love to live there as well in mixed painting. It's a beautiful place.
All came from up of my head, top of my head.
Exactly. Well, I want to live there too. Russell, is that an oil painting? Yes, it is.
Scrape in some sticks on the top of this guy. Make it look like something's growing on top of the boulders, holding it in place. Need some roots in the ground. Play around a little bit. I don't want to fiddle too much, but I think we're at the point where I need to clean off a section of my messy palette here. And then we're going to get a sun in here.
Nice. Russell's asking if this is wet on wet.
Yes, it is wet on wet. It is, indeed. So I'm going to take a filbert brush, got a nice round filbert brush here, and some white, and spin it a little bit. Oop, I don't have enough color on there. Just a second there, guys.
Oh, look at that. You're creating the splash.
Get a softer filbert brush. That one was a little chunky hard. That's why the paint didn't want to stick. So, and then just to create a sun, since it's a round brush, I just spin a circle.
Look at that. I haven't seen something that good since Bob Ross. Oh, look at that. Nice.
I appreciate that. Yeah, with the sun, I don't want to meddle too much. I just want it round. That's the only thing you got to worry about when you're doing suns and moons is that they're round. Now they can sun can't clip, but the moon can. But yeah. Okay, one more palette knife, and I'm going to add some tiny little sparklers. And then I think we're pretty close to finishing this baby up.
Beauty. I'm just
Shot
adding
for
gaps of light here. There we go.
was shooting for an hour to hour and 20 today, so I think we're right on schedule, girl.
Nice, perfect.
And
Is that a music volume? Is that loud enough? The music of the.
I don't really hear it at all, or I hear
Oh,
it gently. So you could turn it up if you like.
perfect. Thank you.
Most of my concentration is free now that I have this painting almost finished.
There we
So,
go. There we go. I'm just gonna cut the side of the hand again with the background color just so that it's nice and sharp. There we go.
oh, and so yeah, there's a comment that they kind of want me to add some mud between so that this grass isn't just hanging there in the water, but I do kind of want to feel that this area has been flooded out. Um, so I'm kind of leaving it, but I tell you what, I may try with just a little bit of color that I have. I'll put a little brown there. You do need to have land every once in a while. So we'll just put a couple rocks right there. That's what we'll do. And I'm just swiping down with my palette knife
There we
and
go.
kind of creating shadow of a little bit there. That's a good tip. That's good, or a good pointer, and I'll take it. Just add a little bit of rock and land right there. And if you don't do the sound effects, it doesn't really happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Putting a little bit of land there, putting everything together. Thank you for that. Hails the Fox. Thank you for recommending that. I may even, so I added some across the pond. I'm going to just add a little bit over here. Little idea of a bank.
There we go.
Yeah. So
Still creating
add
gap
some,
light here.
I'm also taking my knife and scraping some of that blue down here below, so you have highlights and dark. A lot of this would actually be in shadow because the sun doesn't reach back this far. So I'm just scraping a little more dark color in that water to kind of dull it out a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna do some final touches. You still there? Or did I get Das Boot? Or did Steph get it? She might have got Das Boot. That's okay. She'll be back, and I'll just keep on painting.
There we go. The low battery every time. I'm gonna plug myself in here. There we God, I'm just amazed at the texture that you've created in your rocks there, Mick, in the foreground. Oh my gosh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Look.
There.
There we go.
Cheat a little bit here. Make this a little brighter and punch it a little bit more. There we go. Set that rock into the waterfall. Just kind of pulling down, blending colors, like the water's kind of rushing over it a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I love how you've captured the motion in the water there. Wow.
So, yeah, I'm just putting in some sparklers and some detail, a little bit more up front here. Rocky. Just tap things to create that mist. You always get that mist from a waterfall that people tend to forget about. So if you gently pat your brush with a little bit of white and pull down a bit every once in a while, you get that mist feel. Pull down there. Well, there we go.
Look at
I'm
that.
officially gonna say pens down for me. And I'm gonna move you guys over centered so you can kind of see. Whoa, you're going everywhere now. Oh, there we go. That way you guys can see what I see.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am speechless. Love the burnt orange. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
Really, that waterfall and having a little bit of like. So in my corners, I have that dark blue, okay, and then I have the dark blue down here. And then I, of course, have the orange in the middle. And then in between, I have the blues and the oranges. And of course, the blue and the orange on the rock. And the only foreign color in here is green. But I tried to, bring those and add those into the piece as we worked forward.
Yeah, it adds a nice
But
extra.
yeah. Touch up a few things. Before I clean my brushes, I always kind of look and go, all right, am I good? Do I need to touch up? What do I need to do? Bang. Make some darker bushes here.
I like the little touches of green that you have in the grass there. It really, I feel like it complements and highlights the other colors and really just oofs them.
Yeah, and what I tried to do is go kind of brighter with my greens as I came forward. And then so back here, it's a green, but it's very, just a little bit, it's dim.
Mm-hmm.
And then here it's green. Here it's like a gray green. And then we start coming into more of a brighter yellow green.
Yeah, I love that. Looks fantastic. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. And I have a question of what oils I use. And I use Gamblin 1980 is the brand. So gambling like a gambling man. And then 1980, which began one of the most epic decades ever. There we go. Punching in a little bush here, just Oh, we need a little doer, as Bob would say. Doer. There we go. But yeah, there we go. That is my painting. I think I'll move you guys over a little bit more so I'm centered. It's always hard trying to see center and then look at the camera and then, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Go. So roughly, what, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So one, real quick, I'm going to go wash these messy fingers before I get to cleaning up my brushes and then chatting with you for a little bit. So
Beautiful.
I will be right back.
Alrighty. Look at that, guys. That's just amazing. All within an hour and 20 minutes, Mick has created that masterpiece. It's absolutely gorgeous. Make sure to follow his feed here. He's an amazing artist. An absolute gem of a mentor. Look at that.
Okay, I'm back.
All
I
right.
just had to get most of the mess off because obviously cleaning my brushes, I'm gonna get dirty. But,
All right. I
for those
have
of you,
down for mine as well here.
yeah, for those of you who stick around, you get to hear me cleaning brushes, and also I'm looking at my laptop a little more. So if you guys have any questions, ask away to either one of us.
Perfect. And I'll take my camera off the tripod here and we'll zoom in a little bit here so we can see.
Pull my charger. I was getting an overheating warning because I was charging while going live, which I probably shouldn't be doing.
Oh, I was doing the same thing. I hear you, Mick. I hear you. Look at that. Yeah, I would say this piece is probably pretty close to finish, except for that sweater. I'm going to work on it a little bit more afterwards. And then, yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And I'm thinking of maybe doing that gel tint like we had talked about, Mick. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I would do though is on a canvas, sample out some of your colors
Right.
and then let them dry and cure and then try it just to make sure you're not going
Yeah,
to just,
that's a very good idea because I would be absolutely heartbroken if I did something to this painting that is irreversible. Oh my goodness.
yeah. And another thing I'd probably do too is like after everything cures and you do your wash, I'd wait a week or two and then like check for cracks or for see if you can peel the oil off or whatever, just to make
Oh,
sure. Because what could happen is that it bonds on the top, but doesn't actually bond to the oil.
oh, yeah. I will make sure to definitely test that out on a test canvas before doing it on the real deal here.
Yeah.
That's very wise.
So how do you think your second live went?
I feel a lot more comfortable with my second live. I feel like I narrated myself quite a bit more here.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely amazing watching you and your process from start to finish. Unreal, honestly. I can't believe how much you've gotten done in this period of time. It's amazing.
Yeah. I've gotten pretty proficient with. It's weird because small canvases I can take forever on sometimes, but you give me a big canvas and I just whoop, get right to it and get it done.
Get her done. Yeah, absolutely. No, this has been fantastic, and I look forward to doing more lives with you in the future. And yeah, it's been super helpful. I appreciate all of the help and mentoring that you've continued to give me here. I really appreciate you, Mick.
Oh, I appreciate you as well. I mean, you've been how do I put this? One, I've really enjoyed your style of work and been watching you for a while. So every time you come out with something, I'm like, oh, this girl, when is she gonna stop?
And you know what? I hope that I can articulate myself in my process in a way where it would be more educational for the viewer. I feel like I'm not entirely there yet as an artist or a person, but I do strive to be able to articulate myself in my process in a better way.
So, as a bit of an advice, a couple people you could watch, Kevin Hill on YouTube.
Okay.
I think King of the Hill, but Kevin Hill. Um, he he narrates quite well and talks quite well. Um, yeah, when I first started doing this, I wasn't really telling people exactly everything. You know, I was just because I was so worried about painting, I wasn't
Right.
worried about talking. Um, and so now that I'm not worried about painting, I can worry about talking.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? That's funny that you say that. I do find myself getting very focused on my painting here. So even when we're just going back and forth, sometimes I'll find that I'm a little bit delayed in reacting. So don't mind that.
Right. Yeah, no, I think like you said, you were narrating a little bit more, and our conversation, our flow was nice and smooth. You
Yeah.
know, every once in a while, we were both talking about what we were doing at the same time, but you know, that's okay because there's two of us and we were both doing things.
Exactly. It's bound to happen, right? So, no, that's great. Oh, somebody else just commented here. Bob Ross. Yes.
Yeah, except for, you know, I do appreciate the comments. But I always wondered when I do paintings, if Bob, you know, I've watched a lot of his shows and, you know, I got inspiration from him, don't get me wrong there. But
Mhm.
some of the ways I paint, I'm like, I've never seen him do it that way. You know, like his waterfalls were usually they start small over here and then kind of, oh, you got one big one, and then it's, you know, mine, I'm like, here's the waterfall.
Right. So it sounds like you've developed your own kind of strategies and different ways of like you've built off of Bob Ross's style and have kind of made it your own.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
I love
I
that.
use him, Bill Alexander, and then Kevin Hill also. But Kevin, he is more, he has, he does more detailed work. So I try to pick up some tips from him, but man, I tell you, he can make a piece of bark look so realistic. It's he's a great
Love.
kind of artist.
I meant the way he explains his process, but you both do great work. Oh, thank you so
Oh,
much,
well, thank you.
Mick. You are so great at articulating yourself and narrating yourself as an artist. I love that.
Just got to learn the gift of gab.
Oh, I hope to
Like,
continue to learn that from you, my friend. Seriously, you're fantastic.
right now, I'm just kind of cleaning brushes. I figured today we do an hour and a half live, and since I spent what 1 hour 20 minutes painting, I figured we could spend a few more minutes chatting, and then I gotta get some dinner in me.
Nice. Yep, I get that too. I've got dinner ready here, prepped, and then just got to throw it in the oven.
Yeah, I'm actually tonight. I'm gonna have pork chops and some mac and cheese, and probably I'm not sure one of some other vegetable side. I'm not sure what yet.
Nice. That sounds pretty good. It sounds similar to what we're having. We're having chicken fingers and potato wedges.
Chicken fingers and potato wedges. There you go.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. I'm just making the chicken fingers gluten free because I've got some stomach problems.
Sure. You know, one thing I'm kind of laughing about right now. I am so glad I'm a bachelor
Oh yeah.
because I went washed my hands and I used what I kind of separate my art rags from like my hand towels.
Hmm.
Well, I am now realizing I'm using a brand new hand towel for my art.
No, another one has been sacrificed to the art.
Yeah. As soon as I wiped the first brush on it, I was like, "You idiot! You just used a brand new freaking hand towel."
Oh my gosh, I feel that so hard. I've done that so many times. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I got maybe one more brush to clean up here. And actually, I'm gonna let that one soak. That was the alizarin crimson one. So it's reds and blues are always hard for me to get out of my brushes.
Ah, yes. I get that. I got my brushes here. I'm going to do that cleanup here in just a sec because I don't have any paint thinner.
Yeah, there's actually and I watched a video about how you can make brush cleaner, and you're using vegetable oil, water, and Dawn soap
Yep.
in a certain amount. And that's
Yes.
supposed to be really good for cleaning, but I've yet
That's
to attempt that.
pretty much the same formula that I use to clean my brushes. Absolutely. That and if I ever forget to like and I leave a brush and the paint hardens, I'll do that. I'll put it in a pot on the stove top with a little bit of regular vinegar as well and bring that to a boil, and that will actually rehabilitate your brushes so that you can reuse them again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
You know? So one thing that always concerns me, and I don't know if you've ever had this issue,
Hmm.
you're cleaning up and you put all your lids on your oils and you have a rogue lid. But not, I don't have a tube. I don't know where this
Oh no.
little,
And the only way you'll find out is when you smush the tube and it doesn't have a lid and it'll just go everywhere.
yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah,
Oh,
because almost every paint that I pulled today, huh, well, maybe I dropped one. We'll find it after the live. How about that?
yeah.
Well, on that note, I got all my knives cleaned up and got my brushes. I actually like painting with you, by the way, because
Oh,
we take that time at the end to chat, which a lot of people don't do.
oh, I like that. It
And
makes it more personable, and then you get to learn a little bit more about the artist and the person behind just the work, right?
right, yeah. And then Also, I got yesterday, I put it in my head that I would clean after every live, but we use that as we chat. I use that time to clean, and that way I don't have to worry about trying to recover brushes a day later.
That is efficient, just like your process. And then, of course, me, I'm just sitting here panning the camera at the painting, and I'll kind of do that afterwards while I'm prepping my chicken fingers.
Yeah. So my palette is actually clean, as clean as it'll ever be. But this actually started out as a clear piece of plastic that I cut.
Oh my
Because I
gosh.
tried using a big palette, but it kicked me out too far from the camera.
Oh, I see.
Since yeah, but my is on here. Yeah, I just wipe it off and go to the next painting.
Yep, layers upon layers. I get that. That's the same as my palette here as well. Started off clear and now it's just layers upon layers of paint.
Well, I think on that note, my dear, I'm going to wish you a good evening and hope you enjoy your dinner.
Ah, you as well, Mick. Thanks
And
again for
yeah,
inviting me into your live here, buddy. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
yeah, my pleasure. And then yeah, we'll work out another time we can go live again. Like I said, I'm getting back to work this week, so I might be a little tied up, but the weekend I might be free. So we can maybe
No,
do a weekend thing where time
great.
isn't as a big of a constraint.
Good.
Okay. Well, you have a good night, and I will chat with you later.
All right, Mick. You have a good night. Thanks for having me. And I see Karen McCarthy had popped in. That's my mom. Enjoyed watching. Love that. Thanks, Mom.
Oh, well, thank you, Carrie. Yeah, and you have a wonderful daughter, by the way. So be proud, Mom.
Oh, so sweet.
No
All right.
matter no matter what she said about you during this live, you have a wonderful daughter. Okay.
She'll never know.
No, I'm not. I don't want to get you in trouble with your mother. So, no.
Oh, that's great, buddy. You have a wonderful night and we'll speak and yeah, the weekend. That sounds awesome.
All right, dear. Catch you
All
later.
right. Ciao for
And
now.
bye to all my people who watched and gifted and shared. And thank you for the views.
Absolutely.
Bye bye.